As my life started with the shipping, we went around many other tasks, jobs like management, academic work, then the work of the university by a freelancer, then staying close to the family in order to train my children on the right track at the face of the most advanced in technology. It was all God blessed timing for me. So the shipping itself is a total matter of physics. It was surprising. I just learned physics in school and then I used to read books on physics, but not to understand so much of application of physics. I always remember one particular uh, scientist, Newton, Isaac Newton. But related to Isaac Newton, there's one more scientist, great scientist, Khwarizmi. Khwarizmi is the name of the place, but it is also known as his face. That man in the 8th century or 9th century developed algebra, integer calculus, and he worked out the quadratic equation. These fundamental maths were further developed by great scientists like Newton. But Newton wrote the book Mathematica Principia in Latin language. But for them, the previous professors, the preceding professors to teach them were mainly from the Padua University in Italy. There were many scholars who had come from the Arab land to teach them. Probably Khwarizmi is one of the pioneer. So even when people believed that the world was flat, and even Galileo was punished for it to say that the world was spherical, yet the theory worked. Later, great travelers went around the world by ship, by sail ship, and proved that the earth is a globe, the earth is a mere sphere floating in the space. Why I'm saying all this is, I happened to go around the world by ocean several times, by flight several times. I don't know how many times I went around the world. The chance, God gave me the chance to meet people. That's the greatest thing. Meet people in the 60s, the 70s, in the 80s, in the 90s, later in the 2010s. I had a gap of 10 years. That was the time I was given to live with my family close and train my sons, my daughters in the face of the technology. Because the technology is going so fast, they think God is absent. The scientists are gods, little gods. That's the kind of mindset is getting into the young mind. So I want to caution the young minds that accept technology, but technology would not take place if God has not permitted certain men to work on it. I like the Silicon Valley people. The Silicon Valley itself was baffling me, fascinating. I used to stand in San Francisco and watch around, and I was amazed looking at the little valley, the Silicon Valley, a different name, of course. Great scientists working there. Maybe I met some scientists, but I didn't know they were scientists. Usually, the scientists are very simple and nice, outspoken. These Arab scientists in the 7th century did a great job. They brought the zero concept of zero from India and globalized it. They added a 0 to 9 became number 10. So that made the possibility of working in maths in astronomical figures. And even Al-Khwarizmi wrote the binary, there's an on off, or 0 1, or yes or no, or negative or positive. Just two factors. I remember one scientist, one great writer from America, writing like this 10 years ago or 15 years ago, that if Al-Khwarizmi had not written the binary in the 7th or 8th century, probably the 9th century, we would not have had the computer now. Because the coding system needs on-off. Transforming typewriter into a personal computer, into today's Android smartphone, this all takes place just by the very simple theorem of binary. In this technological development, I had a chance to work in the first generation of the telecommunication system. That is, I was put on a boat, throw away from the freighter, not freighter, it's a frigate ship, warship, and we were away from the ship by 1 kilometer. Our aim was to create a successful communication between the ship and the boat. The distance, just 1 kilometer. I had a huge power generator on my legs. No, I had my legs on the power generator. I had to pedal it so that I get electricity. Then the electricity is passed on to the transceiver, as heavy as 10 kilo on my back, having a transceiver, having a transmitter and a receiver. I'll say hello, frigate one, do you read me? They would say, yes, I read. Yes, frigate 2, yes, boat 2, or some name they had. Yes, boat 2, we read you. Then it was so heavy, the sea was so rough. Sometimes we come on the crest, then we would go down. We could see only the boat, nothing else, the sky above and the boat below, and the waves around us. Then again we would swing, the wave will rise, and then we come to the crest. Then I see the whole world around boat. What we see at sea, the mid of the sea, what you see is just 10 miles range. Wherever you go, maybe you are on a desert, you are on a plain land, you look around, your line of sight goes only 10 miles. Because after 10 miles, the curve starts. The light that gives you the picture around you is the light wave. The light wave travels the straight line. It never curves there, so the curvature, but the sound does. So we are caught between the two sounds, sound of speed. No, we are caught between two things. The speed of sound, it is just about 300 meters per second, and the sound of light, which is 300,000 kilometers per second. To put it simply, if you put on a torch and make some noise, the noise reaches about 300 meters in a second. At the same time, hypothetically, the light wave that you created in the torch could go around the earth 7.5 times. Amazing? Yes. These two speeds are available in our body. God has made the two speeds available in our body, that we are able to see, we are able to hear. So the hearing and seeing is the most effective medium to get data into our brain. Thanks very much.